What's up, you guys? What is up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back if you are returning. My name is Shy and I am on an ongoing journey to be the best version of me that I can possibly be. So I am currently doing a Daniel fast for 21 days. Today is day 9, I believe. It's day 9. And so far, I would say in terms of finding things to eat, it's going well. It's going well. I've been in my Bible. I did miss one day of Bible study, which I felt so bad about, but I have been pretty consistent with reading my Bible. I have been checking the ingredients of everything, and I've been doing a good job. So one thing I will note is on my last long video, I told you guys that the Daniel fast is pretty much the same as doing a vegan diet and no sugar as well. However, I forgot to mention that you cannot have processed food. If you can't read the ingredients, it's probably not something that you should be having. Definitely not while you are on the Daniel fast. And so one of the things that I have noticed is that a lot of foods where we think we're being, healthy have so many different additives. That's the word. So many different additives that it's crazy. Like, I picked up a can of black beans and there were like 10 ingredients, but why are there 10 ingredients when it's just a can of black beans? So like, usually we think we're doing the right thing by getting something like black beans because it's, a legume or whatever. We think it's kind of healthy, but actually it has so much extra stuff packed into it that it just makes it less healthy. I'm not saying that it makes it terrible, but it makes it less healthy for sure. And so we have been eating pretty organic. We have been removing additives and only eating real food, which, good for us, One thing I forgot to mention as well. So I am Daniel fasting with my church, and going back to what you can and can't have, honey is allowed with the fast that my church is doing, but most Daniel fasts require you eliminating sugars altogether. So that's stevia, Splenda, that is agave syrups, honey. My church is saying you can use honey, organic honey. My father-in-law is a beekeeper, so it works out really well for us. But if you're following the Daniel fast that we're doing, you're allowed organic honey. If you're not, you should be eliminating all sugars. So one of the downsides, I would say, is that I have been over consuming starches. Now, if you've been following my journey for a while now, you'll know that I have always said I really love carbs, and I do. I love fruity carbs. I love pastas and rices and potatoes. I love potatoes. During this fast, I'll say the biggest one for me the biggest two have been brown rice, because you can't have brown rice on the Daniel fast, and plantain. I've been eating so much plantain, like more than ever. And I love plantain, but I just usually don't eat it this much. But because of the limitation of eating other things and the speed with which I can cook it and feel satisfied from it has been big. So yeah, I know I've been eating a little heavier, and so I have to make a change. So what's up, you guys? The video that you saw was recorded on Sunday, I believe Sunday. this video is recorded on now a Wednesday. I just wanted to come in and put my little 2 cents in. That video, I mean, it is talking realistically about my journey and everything and how I'm doing, but I do feel like there has just been a few more things, right? So the first thing is my weight. My weight, I have to stop checking the scale, okay? Because, and this is why the Switzerland thing was so successful, because when I do something for weight loss, I expect to start seeing weight loss like immediately. If I feel like I have done anything for the day, for the minutes, I'm trying to see the pounds come out. I'm trying to see the pounds come out. And that's just not how it works. That's not how it works, especially when you're working out and stuff. It's just not how it works. And so that's one. The second thing is I really feel like I have lost sight of the meaning of this fast, because the meaning of the fast is not to lose weight. Like, you may lose weight as a side, you know, like a side mission, right? But the whole point is to be closer to God. That's the point. You know, I'm supposed to be praying more. I'm supposed to be in my Bible more. I'm supposed to be, you know, having faith and trusting God and allowing this process to take me wherever it may. But instead, I'm looking at the scale. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I'm not eating hardly any vegetables. I'm eating lots of rice. And that's not good. And so I do need to incorporate more vegetables in my diet. And I think that could be what God is showing me. God is like, even when you're eating your like normal, not Daniel fasting diet, you're eating a lot of rice and stuff. Because I do. I eat a lot of rice. I eat a lot of potatoes too. I love potatoes. You guys know that. I love potatoes. Eating a lot of rice, eating a lot of potatoes. I think when I'm off of the fast, I eat a lot of bread. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there. The other thing is, I saw this video today because part of me really feels like I need to go raw. I really feel like I need to. And I was watching this video, and this lady was talking about how she went raw for yeah, she went raw. I don't remember how long it was. I know the goal was like maybe like 90 days. I forget. But she went raw, and she was being raw. She was on a raw food diet where she was only eating fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds for an extended amount of time. And during that time, she started to gain weight. She was like, what's going on? And so she paid attention to the foods that she was eating, and she realized what was going on. And when she said it, I was like, that's me. That's me. That's me. Right? So the nuts, relying on nuts, nuts are heavy in calories. Like a handful of pistachios has the same caloric, you know, density or whatever it's called as like a meal or like a whole watermelon or something like that. Like, that's crazy. And like cashews, same thing. And so yeah, she said that, and I was like, yeah, I've been eating peanut butter and my oatmeal for snacks. I've been just like, oh, I just want a snack right now, and eating a spoonful of peanut butter. Like, not counting it on my video. Not even putting it on the video. Not even telling you guys that I had it, because I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's raw. It's whatever. Right? But like, it matters. It all matters. Okay, you guys, so this is one of the meals that I was talking about where I need to be counting the calories, because I've been eating this pretty regularly on my Daniel fast, and it's just oatmeal, right? This oatmeal that I've made has raisins, it has 100% peanut butter, and a little bit of an apple, like probably a quarter of an apple chopped up, and then some honey, right? So I was like, let me go ahead and count the calories for this as I make it. So let me tell you guys. I've been using Green-Wise old-fashioned oats, and for half a cup, it's 150 calories, but I have been consuming a whole cup. So that's 300 calories, okay? For the raisins, I've been using these Newman's Own organic sun-dried raisins. And for a quarter cup, it's 130. I'm probably using a little less than that, but let's just say maybe a quarter cup, okay? Let's just say 130, okay? So far we're at 430 calories for a bowl of oatmeal. Peanut butter. So I've been using this one most of the time, but I also, today, I used the crunchy one. They're the same calorie content for the same amount. So it's 2 tablespoons for 190 calories. Now, I probably use 1 tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. So let's say 1 tablespoon is what, 95 calories plus a half would be 40, 135, 140. We'll say 140 calories. Then I have part of an apple, which I don't know. I don't know how many calories that is. I don't know. How many calories are in a quarter of...
One large of egg has 71 calories.
How many calories are in 1/4 of a gala apple?
0.25 medium gala apple has 25 calories.
Okay, so 25 calories. Then I've been using this honey. So my father-in-law is a beekeeper and his bees make honey. And so I only use his honey. And I just did it like a rough estimate, and about a tablespoon is about 60 calories. So let's just say if I go over a tablespoon, I'm having about 70 calories, okay? So in total, this one bowl of oatmeal is like 600 calories, right? Now, I love oatmeal because it is super delicious, but also it keeps you satiated. Is that the right word? Like, it keeps you fuller longer. And so that's the reason I've been making this, because, you know, I can come home from the gym, I'll have this, and then I'm not going to be hungry until probably like later tonight. However, I have to keep that in mind when I do make this oatmeal, because it's super high in calories. So that would mean the meals that follow would need to be lower in calories. It doesn't mean you can't have something like this. Like, all of the stuff that I used, healthy stuff, right? Everything I've used is healthy, it's whole food. I could probably cut down the amount to a half a cup. I think that's probably more normal. That's why that's the serving size. And maybe even cut back on some of the other stuff, like maybe no apple, maybe no raisins. But if this is how I like my oatmeal, this is completely okay. It's just what I do with the rest of my day. Does that make sense? So maybe a salad or a soup instead of plantain, which is like 300, 400 calories once you fry it, and, you know, guacamole or rice and curry chickpeas, because it's just stacking. It's just stacking. And yes, I am going to the gym, but these kind of meals are what is canceling out all of that work I'm putting in. Guys, I know you're like always seeing me when I'm in my car, but that's just because life be life. And like today I had to pick up my son from school because he like vomited everywhere. He was really sick, so I like picked him up and then I took him to the doctor, and I'm gonna go get him a prescription. But before I did that, I just stopped by Chipotle because I was like, I don't know what to have for dinner today. And also, since I'm on the calorie counting kick today, I wanted to see how much that sofrita bowl that I've been getting, how many calories is it? Because again, I have been under the perception that because everything included is, for the most part, pretty healthy, yeah, it shouldn't be that high in calories. And I did check to see if they add any additional sugars or anything to the ingredients, according to Google, and no. Anyway, so I decided to see about how many calories this bowl will get. Now, before I tell you how many calories, let me tell you what is in the bowl. So what I get is a salad, and I get it with brown rice, black beans, sofrita, which is a plant-based meat, brown rice, black beans, sofrita, pico, corn, and guac. Okay, I even did a little upcharge for the guac. You guys, I just asked what the calorie count for that would be, and it's about 880 calories. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so the high calorie parts of that are the sofrita, the guac. I've been eating a lot of avocado for someone who started out not eating avocado. Like, it's wild. Carmelo, I blame you. I blame you, Carmelo, because you said it was good. I kept eating it until it was good, and it's good now. Anyway, so the guac, the brown rice, and the sofritas are what makes it high calorie. So what I did today is I still got the salad because, you know, I'm already in the mood to have the Chipotle, and I also don't know what else I can eat. I mean, I figured, you know, it's okay to have what you want, just in moderation. So I'm trying to limit my portion sizes to do the moderation thing. Anyway, so I just got my bowl, but what I did was, instead of getting the full portion of brown rice that they usually scoop up, I got half. So that cuts some calories. And I did the same thing with the guac. Instead of asking for the full portion of guac, I asked them just a little bit. And they gave me like a little swoop on top. Realistically, I was just thinking about it. Realistically, I probably could have went home and made a guac, because I think I have some avocados, like a lemon, some salt, pepper, garlic. You know, I could have whipped something up real quick. But I didn't. And so, yeah, that brings the calories down to, I think, about 500-ish calories. Okay, so I'm still at a like healthy calorie amount deficit, whatever they're supposed to be calling it. I'm still at that. However, you guys, this is really, really making me think, because outside of my little vegan challenges or whatnot, if I was usually going to Chipotle, I'm getting what I want, right? I'm getting the chicken, I'm getting the dairy, I'm getting the cheese. I'm not just getting the pico, I'm getting the pico and the hot salsa. I am getting white rice. I am getting, you know, whatever I want. And I'm wondering, you know, right now I'm in restriction, and that's how many calories in the bowl that I would eat, you know, the vegan bowl. But imagine outside of restriction, the calories are probably crazy. And that would not be like my only meal for the day. I'm really wondering if you guys know how many calories are in your Chipotle bowls. Like, it's really wild. All right, you guys, so it's the next day. I know, like, when I started recording, it was Wednesday. It's now Thursday. It is what it is. So last time you guys saw me record a video in this particular spot, I was thinking about doing the unrecognizable in 80 days challenge. And that's because at that point, I was really just kind of frustrated with how things were going, my lack of consistency with posting, my lack of consistency with my diet and my workout and recording and all that stuff. And here we are again. So, yeah, I think sometimes in order to get the right result, you kind of have to get in this mindset where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I think that really fueled me for my unrecognizable in 80 days challenge. Now, I feel like I'm just so frustrated, you guys. I recognize that it's a challenge and it's not supposed to be easy because we're talking like years of being overweight, right? This is not something that happened yesterday. This is something that, started and built over the course of time. And I recognize that. And I think, I keep saying this. When I was in Switzerland, it was like the perfect, situation, right? To unlearn a habit because I was in a new environment. But when you get placed back in the same environment in which you've been doing, whatever habits, you start doing the same stuff. And so, yeah, the first thing is the Daniel fast is not supposed to be about losing weight. And I really feel like I'm missing out on the spiritual benefits because I'm so concerned about what the scale is saying, like so overly concerned. And so I'm missing out on that like closeness with God. I'm missing out on like what I'm gaining instead of what I'm losing, if that makes sense. And I don't want that. I don't want people to come to my channel because they want to see how much weight I lost on the Daniel fast. Like, I don't want that. I also feel like, and I'm just going to be completely candid here, when I joined YouTube, I really wanted an opportunity to be creative and make good videos. And this is the same thing I said before the unrecognizable in 80 days challenge. And I also wanted the community. I wanted like people to gather here and let's talk about how hard it is to lose weight. And thank God I have Carmelo, because I love you, Carmelo. Even though I don't tell you I love you, you motivate me. She motivates me so much. She motivates me, right? And every now and again, I get some other people that'll come on and they'll talk about what they're doing or, say I'm doing good. And that really does motivate me. That really pushed me and like kept me really driven in Switzerland. I want the community. I really want it so, so bad. But this is supposed to be my creative outlet. And I really want to make the most out of it. I want to make good videos. Like I do. I don't want to have to, at the end of the night, rush to put something together. And if you look at my first video versus my most recent video, I personally can see the improvement, right? I think that there has been improvement, but I do think that in order to make good videos, it needs time. And so, yeah, that leaves me here. So I've been thinking about this over the last couple of days, and it's part of the reason why I haven't posted a short. Is one, because I don't want to misguide you guys on the Daniel fast and have you out here trying to lose weight just by Daniel fasting, because that's not what it's about. I would like to take a break. I'm going to take a break from YouTube, and I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm doing, but I want, when I come back for my first video, to be really good. I want it to be amazing. Maybe not amazing. It would be great if it was amazing, but I want it to be significantly better than what you guys have seen thus far. So, I don't know if I've actually talked about this at all, but I have editing video experience. That's not even how you say that, but I do. I have experience doing this. I actually started video editing when I was younger, like in high school. And part of my major for my master's had to do with like digital learning and creating, and my internship for my undergrad had to do with digital creation and also education. And I just feel like God is calling me to do this, regardless of what anybody else may think. God is calling me to do this, and I am not putting the effort into it that it requires. I would like for whatever product you guys see from me to be a good one, and it just takes time. So I have a plan for myself in terms of like my fitness and life and stuff, and I will document it. But I think that the next video that you guys are going to see from me is going to be in April. I'm going to say April. That gives me like 3 months to get it together. I think that's ample time. Now, I recognize that some of you who like come in and out and view my videos may not want to see my videos anymore because you're like, what the heck, this girl's not consistent. And I understand that. Hopefully you find me again. But if you are interested in how my journey is going, just come back and check in April. Okay, let's just see what's gonna happen. I will make a video regardless of if it's going good or bad. That's my promise to you guys. But I really want to take this time to, one, I think I'm gonna restart my Daniel fast, spend the time with God, and two, make good videos, and three, figure out this weight loss thing. Because honey, what is happening? What is happening? Anyway, you guys, I'm sorry if you were tuning in to the Daniel fast series. It's just not going to be continuing because I do think one of the most important things in fasting is the time you're spending with God. And yeah, I think that I was misguiding you slightly. So I apologize. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm not going to see you tomorrow. I'm not going to see you next week, but I will see you in April. Until then, keep moving your body, eat right, and I'll see you soon. Bye, you guys.